Shorty Q, and if you're new, what it do? I hope you come part of the Q crew. It's free to subscribe. This is motivational, inspirational, voice of reason, hard love type content. I'll let you decide. I hope you subscribe. So, let's get into the second story, child. So, I met this guy, and one of the things that I peeped out is that he looked a little short. Now, I'm not a person that is a stickler about height like that unless you're shorter than me and I'm 5'1", because I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So,
it's okay, no one has to know, baby girl. Like,
Don't call me baby girl. I'm not your fucking Spanish teacher. Don't do that.
this guy said that he was, my height, 5'1". So I was like, okay, cool. And he was very cute. He was light skinned, green eyes. He had like a blonde type texture hair. Very cute, right? So he seemed to be cool, had a good job. He did have a kid. And he seemed to have been having issues with his baby mama. But I think he may have a little had it under control. But
I know something you don't.
Let's continue. So I met up with him, had a nice car. And one of the things I started to realize after having a conversation is that he has an alcohol problem. He drinks a lot. Now I'm a drinker, not like I have control over my liquor, right? For entertaining purposes, right? As all adults do. But you could tell he kind of didn't have control over his alcohol. He was abusing it, and he was masking something more than what was going on. So I'm sitting up here realizing that, not really like fully taking in how bad it is, that he has to keep, blacking out and, laughing it off, that's what he does. Like, I'm not a person that likes to drink and black out. I don't like losing control. So that's why I took it very serious when I turned 21 to be able to drink, to not play those games, There was some hiccups here and there, but in my youth. But at the same time, like, I never drove, lit. If I couldn't drive, I had a designated driver. We didn't drive at all. Or, I had people that I could trust with me, that if anything happened, I would make it home safely. Just really responsible about that type of thing, because anything can happen, right? So that's one thing I peeped out. Another thing is, like, I think his child was under 4 years old. Still kind of seemed fresh. And it didn't seem like he was done with that relationship fully. Number 2. Also, when I met up with him, he was shorter than me. You could definitely distinctively tell that and I had flats on. When we met up face to face, he was a little bit like right here. I'm like, I was like, are you 4'11" or 4 something? He's like, no, I'm 5'1". I was like, I'm 5'1", and I'm not even the one all the time, So, like, I have to lose weight significantly here in the stomach, get that part chiseled, and I'm at 5'1". I got my 1. And I'm like, you instinctively are a couple more inches less than I am, for sure. And that wasn't particularly a no for me per se, but the rest was very telling. Like, the red flags kept adding up, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I think we both mutually understood that we didn't talk to each other no more. That's a pretty short story right there. Like I said, I'm not stickler about height, but I'm kind of low-key petty. I can't do it. I'm going to be like, I'm going to keep talking about your height. sorry. I can't do it.
Especially since you want to lie about yours.
Don't talk about mine. Now, that's what I feel like. If someone can't refrain from saying things like that towards you, that's very telling. That means that they don't have respect for you or love for you like they should. And you shouldn't be with them. Period. It's just ridiculous. I know, and I'm ridiculous.
And so are the people who want giants. It is what it is.
When it comes to that alcohol situation, I couldn't deal with that. That was a no for me. My granddad passed away from alcohol. That's why I take that very serious. And I've been around a lot of alcoholics before, but that one was very telling to see for sure. And he was aware that he drank too much, but yet he didn't seem to know how bad of a crutch it is for you. I understand, like, we all have addictions, whether it be for food, whether it be for alcohol, whether it be cigarettes. A lot of times when you start one bad habit, you pick up another. A lot of people who smoke cigarettes pick up really bad eating habits because, you know, it kind of curbs your appetite when you smoke cigarettes. So when you eat, you know, it kind of like turns into another crutch. So, or, you know, you may pick up a different bad habit, like drinking too much Coca-Cola, or like everyone has their little fixes, right? And you have to be aware that if it's being a crutch for you and to you, because it's going to be a problem along the lines. Life is hard. Life is difficult at times. Things, for some odd reason, always comes at once, back to back to back. It's extremely overwhelming. But you need to find better ways to cope for when those type of things happen. I had to pay attention to it. Everyone needs to pay attention to it. When you're drinking alcohol, why are you drinking alcohol in a very excessive way? Because there is a reason. And if you don't know, or you're not able to control on your reasons why, you have to go to therapy for that to get help. Smoke cigarettes and you don't know the reason why. There's an underlying reason why. And if you're aware of the reason why, it doesn't justify for you to do it at the end of the day.
I cannot stress enough, there is a lot of mental health issues in people that we ourselves overlook. You don't have to be diagnosed to have mental issues. When the mental issues / emotions are imbalanced that anyone can succumb to starts, is when the mental issues come and the damage turn into a mental illness. Self-reflect, take action, and catch it before it does.
So really pay attention to the reason why, because your reason why may not even be the underlying deep motive reason of why you're doing it. Remember, you guys, you're beautifully, wonderfully made. Only you can make that change. I see you guys on the next video. Deuces.
Remember, Q Crew, comment, like, subscribe. See you next time.